Har Har Mahadev Ji Mitra. Welcome back to Life at Singh. Well, this is my kind of like a summary of my 100-day challenge जो हमने किया था, and I've been like missing from this whole making videos because, in all honesty, these 100 days they kind of ruined me. Yes. Um, I was completely exhausted by the end of it. थोड़ी सी injuries भी हो गई थी, specifically my left knee and also my left elbow as well as my right shoulder. So ये जो हुआ था was what happened during the whole 100 days. Also, I kind of extended it a little bit more than 100 days, but I kind of stopped filming at 100 days. I mean, like, not filming, but I stopped uploading at 100 days. That because that was the whole thing. So I might have pushed it to like 120, 130 days, but I kind of stopped in terms of the YouTube journey, to say. So, yes, quick takeaways. It is possible. Yes, you are harsh to yourself, and you can actually do 3 to 4 different things at once. But a very important thing was the strain, both physical and mental. The physical strain, to say, it was I was lifting heavy and then I was training in terms of a martial arts that is very, very intense on your joints. So that's the reason for the injuries that I actually got on my knees and elbows was due to this, because it has lots of jumping and turning and landing on your left leg. It's lots of landing on your left legs. The way the whole martial art goes is lots of landing on the left leg. So that one was something that came up. It did flare up as well. In terms of mental fatigue, that was also there because I was doing it is challenging mentally as well. You try new skills, it is mentally challenging as well as trying to constantly be alert in the sense of like in the gym to have a mind and muscle connection that wasn't always there. It's not that easy sometimes because the only thing that was in my head was the next set, recording it as well, and then was the what to do next, the books to read, and also I during this 100 days I was also in the middle of working. I'm still working, that's why I kind of took few 2 weeks 3 weeks away from the challenge, and I was just constantly in terms of the mindset of working, so that's why also I could not really upload. a good a great thing that has actually happened out of it is I've properly built the habit of like at least reading few pages of a book every day. It is still going on, and that is the least tiring thing for me these days. Although it is difficult, the moment I've started reading Beyond Good and Evil, Friedrich Nietzsche, that's a hard one. It takes a moment to understand what he's saying, and when he says it, you also need to kind of he makes you think. He makes you question your belief in a sense, because the first chapter is about the prejudice that the philosophers have. So every one of us who is ruled by an ideologue, you can say, the ideologies we believe, it is ideologies of philosopher with their own prejudice. And when he challenges that, it just makes you want to question your own things that you believe to be true. And that thing always brings me back to the very Indian notion of this India being a land of seekers, not believers. So, in the land of seekers, there is no space for belief. it always brings me back to that specific line, which actually hits me very close to home, and that is very true. And that also allows me to question some of the things that I think were my beliefs. He questions a lot of stuff, like uh, how your the I that you're talking about, or the ego that you're talking about, like you yourself are the one who is giving the command, but you at the same times are the one to actually bring it into effect, the executor of it, and how that execution that brings that emotions and the satisfaction by completing the task, we just attach it to the uh, idea, the sense, the command that we actually give. Whatever inside you gives the command, we attaching the satisfaction that comes from the execution with it, and we kind of go forward by combining it together. And that's where it kind of got confusing. That's what I'm saying. It just, we combine it and we just attach the whole feeling to another part of it, while we are taking it into two separate beings, how we are a combination of multiple souls within this body, and it's a social interaction between the souls that actually makes you move forward. It is it is actually very much similar to the governed system, or a governed nation, you can say. All the praises, all the successes are actually given under the name of the ruling government, while there are actually other parts of the system, be it the people itself, that are executing the job. So it makes you question who is actually deserving of the praise, who deserves it, the the one executing or the one commanding it. And so then you actually look at the responsibility. So this is the whole thing that's going on, and it is actually taking a long time for me to finish this. The another book that actually took me majority of the time that took me to actually finish this whole during this whole 100-day challenge, the book was 12 Rules of Life by Jordan Peterson. He himself made me question a lot of things. It wasn't really related to my beliefs, but it was like very much in a sense of like how we actually negotiate with reality. That's a very big part of in the book, how we can negotiate with it. He has actually put forth a lot of those ideas, and that just makes you question. That makes you so. It made me question my past experiences, how I've gone through a lot of experiences, and how where I did negotiate with life, and where I just stood by and accepted it and just let it happen. Was it living, or was it just accepting whatever's happening? That's going by the flow of the river is not really doing anything now, is it? It's not you who's moving, it's the river moving you. I did not even cross to the other side, let alone swim against the current, which is not the most smartest thing to do. It can be an egotistical thing to do, but you can either use the flow of the river or just let it take you wherever the river wants. It can smash you against the rocks as well. That's the whole point. So that's was one of the book that actually made me question a lot of things. The other one was like reading people like a book. It was a good one. 80-20, principle of 80-20, the Pareto principle. That was also an interesting book that I did. There was one more that I'm actually forgetting the name of already. Uh, but I also read the one book by Anand Raghunathan, which was not part of the uh, challenge at all. So it was very interesting. It was just something out of the challenge, and I just read it. It brought me. I'm gonna say this challenge actually brought me a good habit of reading books, which was a very big task for me as a person who has dyslexia. it has always been challenging for me to actually read, but right now I've actually forced myself in a way that I made it into a habit. So I think this is the whole thing about the challenge. It was creating certain habits. I've created the habit of actually focusing on martial arts and just taking a step back from the obsessive nature of me going to the gym to just build muscle as much as I can, which is not a bad thing, but the whole idea that I needed the gym just to function has actually changed. I still need to go to the gym for my strength training, because right now that's the only thing that I'm focused in terms of strength, because all the other things like movement, mobility, flexibility is actually being trained from the martial arts. That's what the whole challenge actually involved. And now I'm thinking about the next step, how to go forward. अब कैसे आगे बढ़ना है with this YouTube journey. Another challenging thing that I've come up with is actually in terms of writing. So I am writing skits, uh, and I'll be challenging myself from actually filming myself on camera and like acting out like an idiot, baby, moron. Who knows? I might be funny. I might just completely bomb. I do not know. But that is my next part of the challenge. The Becoming Arjun challenge is still going on. It was just 100 days that I started. And Arjun was capable in many fields. Uh, I'm already working on, in terms of Shastra, as I've said, books still need to be completed. Another thing that I can actually add into Shastra is beyond good and evil. That's a very important question that definitely comes under Shastra. Shastra is still going on. It's a long process that is gonna take a while. I still haven't been handed the sword. It will take a while, but I will be given metal weapons for training. I'm waiting for that. I'm training for that. I'm eating clean. It is basically my normal diet, which I just is on repeat. It's this yearly thing that goes on. My diet is completely fixed. It just does not really change. It's just when I have to gain weight, I just add a certain shake that I make, that I've put it in the shots as well. But if you want the recipe of the shake, I can, of course, make a video and show you the shake that I make. That is just like my extra calories that I put in. Uh, so food is in check. My training is in check. The reading is in check. Learning stuff is in check. Uh, New skill that I'm thinking of actually gonna go forward with. I'm just gonna take at least 2 to 3 months before I actually started. It was trying to learn either archery or air rifle shooting. One of those things that I'm looking forward to actually learning. It's something that has interested me. I've done archery before, but not like properly. So those are the two things that I'm actually looking for, and that will take me at least a month or two before I actually start doing anything about it. Right now, I'm a little bit packed with a lot of work. A little bit packed with a lot of work. Very weird sentence to actually say, but yes. But yeah, so the whole part of the challenge to actually make myself put myself in uncomfortable situation and make it normal for me, it would be filming myself. As you can see, it's very difficult for me to like keep a straight focus on the cameras, but I'm gonna be trying to do that. I'm writing skits. I'm gonna be start filming them, and I'm gonna be start uploading them under another series. I don't know, laugh with Singh. That, life with Singh, laugh with Singh. It's different from the whole nitty gritty. And also, if people want to see some of the workouts, and if they want some workouts, always feel free to get to me. I can actually make a whole series of workouts to follow. Okay, hope you had a great time following me in this journey. I thank you for actually just looking at it. Thanks again. Um, Also, see you again. Har Mitra.